I'm at a store. I'm going to try to buy some food. Hopefully I don't have a bad experience and I can buy food that I can just eat. Then I can just drive to the dentist and just get my tooth fixed and have a day where everything just goes smoothly and nothing goes wrong. Oh my gosh, my face looks terrible. I'm at another podiatrist's office. Hopefully this one will be able to get me walking. I like a sign they have up in their office. I think all doctors' offices should have a sign like that. I've had a hard time with perfume on patients and perfume on staff and air fresheners in offices. I'm finally going back to an office to go to my appointment with the doctor. But first, I'm gonna try to use the bathroom. Yuck. I just left the podiatrist office, and while the visit did go better than it went with the podiatrist I went to the last time, it didn't go that well. When I first went in there, the nurse was really short-tempered with me. I tried to explain that I couldn't sit in a seat where my knees were raised higher than my butt, and she was kind of like snappy about it. She was like, well, the seat's flat, it's flat, is that okay? That's as flat as it goes, that's flat. And then I said that she couldn't take my blood pressure with one of the little wrist cuff blood pressure things, and she said, well, have you ever had your blood pressure taken on your wrist? And I said, look, I just can't have my blood pressure taken, and I had to be really insistent. And then she interrupted me to start asking me other questions. Then the podiatrist came in. He was a lot nicer than the nurse, but he didn't really help me that much. He did suggest a shoe store that I could go to and a different brand of shoe inserts that I could try. I told him about the kit that makes you the custom-made inserts. He said to try those when they come in the mail, but he didn't actually give me anything that helped me. He didn't give me a diagnosis, and he didn't give me a temporary or a long-term solution. What I said is I want, number one, a diagnosis, number two, a temporary solution, like some kind of insert I can put into my shoes to be able to walk right now, and number three, a permanent solution, which means me being able to walk without anything special inserted into my shoes. It might mean finding a certain type of shoes that fits my feet correctly, but it means me being able to just walk without needing anything special. So he didn't give me any of those three things. He didn't give me a diagnosis other than saying my feet were hypersensitive, which is a word I really don't like. Yes, my feet hurt, and yes, there are areas of my feet where I can't handle any kind of pressure, but I don't think that means my feet are hypersensitive. I think that means that pressure on my feet hurts. And I think that if a normal person felt the same amount of pressure, they would feel the same amount of pain. Maybe normal people's feet are shaped differently to where they don't feel that pressure when they put on shoes, so therefore they don't feel pain. But I truly despise the word hypersensitive, especially related to pain, because I wonder if those people who use that word would feel like that word was appropriate for them if they felt the same amount of pain and had the same reaction to it as I was. Anyway, in other news, the dentist has called me on the phone and told me to come in right away. So I'm going to go over to the dentist office right away, right after I eat some food, which is why I'm at a store I'm going to try to buy some food. Hopefully I don't have a bad experience and I can buy food that I can just eat. Then I can just drive to the dentist and just get my tooth fixed and have a day where everything just goes smoothly and nothing goes wrong. I'm almost to the dentist's office. As you can see, I have put some liquid Band-Aid over the bleeding cuts on my face. Actually, they're more like bleeding blisters. I'm going to ask the dentist why I break out in bleeding blisters all around my mouth every time that I get dental work done, because I actually informed them of all of my allergies, and another doctor wrote a note asking them to check all of the products that they're using on me or touching my mouth with for allergens. And I feel like they haven't done that because I feel like this is an allergic reaction, which makes me look horrible. I'm sure people think I have herpes or something, having, bleeding blisters around my mouth. So I've covered them with liquid Band-Aid. But once these blisters form, it's like almost impossible for me to get them to go away. And they seem to form every time I go to a dentist. I'm not sure what's going on here, but I assume it must be an allergic reaction. Anyway, if you don't already know, the problem is this. That is my tooth hitting the crown, and nothing but the crown, because the crown is too high. And I'm irritated with the dentist's office and the dentist because I insisted that it was too high when they installed it, and the dentist said he checked my bite, but he only checked my bite on that side, so he didn't realize that when my teeth touch on that side, or when my top tooth touches the crown and no other teeth meet, my teeth on the other side can't touch at all. And he said something like, well, I've never done this for anybody else in my entire career, but for you, I'll sand it down a little bit. But he didn't sand it down enough. And I'm sorry if I'm the first person that he's ever installed a crown on incorrectly during the course of his entire career, but I looked this up, and this is a problem that is actually very common when crowns are installed. They can be too high, and the dentist can possibly not notice it, but the patient can tell when they find out that they cannot chew, so it should be a problem he's at least heard of and able to fix. I'll let you know what happens after my appointment. But I'm not leaving here without this crown being fixed. Because not only is it making me almost completely unable to eat, but I can't even talk normally, and I can't even swallow soft things like yogurt or even liquids normally. I'm back home. There's my tooth. It feels better, but it still feels like it might be a little bit too high up. But I can chew. What's wrong, Eugene? Why is he screaming? Anyway, I'm going to see why Eugene is screaming. I'll keep you updated about my tooth. What's wrong? Why is he screaming? What do you want Daddy to stop? We managed to calm Eugene down. The problem is that Eugene was really upset when we started cutting down my tree, which you can see is partially cut down behind me. And when we started cutting down the branches and putting them into a pile, Eugene started calling it his wood house. And when my boyfriend started trying to burn the leaves and small sticks, Eugene just went crazy. He started screaming, "Don't burn down my house." It sounds kind of funny, but he wanted this wood pile to stay, and he was calling it his house, his wood house. He also wanted the tree to stay, but as you know, it has to go because of the damage that it's doing to our house. That's T.
Hey They like candy.
It tastes like candy, huh?
Yeah.
It's very sweet. We are now burning the leaves into small sticks, and Eugene is watching. And he's no longer having a tantrum.
I am. I am, Mommy. See, I'm mad. Not mad at you. I'm not mad at you.
You're not mad. You're glad.
Who are you mad at?
But it's a guy.
You're mad at that guy, huh?
Yeah.
We are about to inspect this
The
tile
only thing is it's totally in the way of my bike.
that we got a few days ago. We saw that a few of the boxes were cracked. After talking to the company, they gave me a certain number of days, business days, not including the weekend, to inspect it. So we are going to inspect it right now. We already know that one box is cracked, and I'm hoping that no more than that one box is cracked, because I'm hoping that there's not so much of it cracked that it delays my bathroom remodel any longer, because it's already been delayed so many times. We're now trying to see if the plumber can do it this week while we go out of town.
It's only wall tile, not high traffic tile.
That's okay, it's meant for the walls. Obviously, I couldn't take the cats with me out of town, so a friend of ours would be watching them here and using a bathroom elsewhere. We're now going to inspect every single box, every single heavy box of tile.
So it appears as if that's a good box.
Yes,
Mama, we're
this is one of the ones that was ripped, so we have to somehow tape this box together because it was already ripped open at the corner a little bit. Don't take them out, Eugene. Don't touch them. They're delicate.
I don't want them.
You were just looking at them, I know, but they're very delicate.
Okay.
Give them to Mommy. The first box of black tile appears to be undamaged. The one I'm worried about is this one with the busted corner. See that? Let's open this one next.
Is this nick okay?
What nick?
That might be an issue.
That one has a nick. It's probably okay though.
I don't know. That's the grout levels like are down to here. You
Yeah,
have them.
that one has a slight nick.
You have them.
Check to see if any more of them have a nick, especially the ones that were near the crushed corner of the box.
Is this a nick right here?
Where's that bug? Where's that bug?
I don't know where the bug went.
We have 2 cracked tiles.
2 cracked tiles? How cracked are they?
Where'd the bug go? Where'd the bug go?
Oh wow.
Where'd the
They're
bug
cracked.
go?
There's a piece that chipped
Where'd
off.
the bug go?
I don't know where the bug went, Eugene.
The rest of these are good.
Okay, so it only has a few cracked tiles.
Where's that bug?
That's good.
Where's the bug, Mommy?
Let's look for the bug over here.
He might be in my toy.
Maybe he's in the tree.
Where?
That tree right there.
Where?
There is a person sitting in the bushes over there.
Hey, where is he?
He is up in the tree.
I just see him. Where is he? I just see him, Mommy. I just see him.
Really?
It's a secret.
Oh, it's a secret, huh?
Yeah.
It's almost hitting you.
Ready.
You ready? Throw it at me. I'll hit it.
Did. Wait.
You ready?
Ready.
This is ridiculous. Come on.
Come on.
Neither of you are throwing it or hitting it.
I'll go get it down.
I barely even hit it. It goes flying really hard.
Don't wait a minute.
Don't put it on the stick. Put it on the stick like you were doing a minute ago.
Throw it. I'm ready.
Not like that. He had it like on the stick. The stick was in the hole.
Throw it.
Just throw it without the stick.
Okay. Wait, get ready.
I'm ready.
1,
That's not without the stick.
go.
Almost. Good try.
Okay.
Let's do it again.
Come on.
Throw it without the stick.
Second.
Come on.
Pick it up, guys. Told you, pick it up. Okay. I'm ready.
I was hitting it like it was a golf club. Or throw it at me.
Okay.
Ready?
We'll put it on the stick.
Sick.
Oh, well.
Oh well. I'm ready.
I'm ready.
You ready?
I'm not.
I'm ready.
Hey.
Luckily, only one box of tile had a few cracked tiles in it. And all of the rest, as far as we can tell, are good.
Mommy, I found it. I found it, Mommy.
Cool. This is a good thing because it means my bathroom remodel will not be delayed by having to replace broken tile.
Do you want to play?
All right, I'll play with you now that I'm done inspecting the tile.
Okay. Go on, yeah, Mommy.
Was it a big chunk that hit you? Or
Yeah, it was a big chunk of wood.
Oh, I see the big chunk of wood. It was this chunk here.
Can I see it?
Yeah, it was this chunk.
As
It's
you can
pretty
tell,
big.
I got hit in the face with a chunk of wood from pretty far away. This is actually kind of hilariously funny because tomorrow I'm supposed to meet the doctor that might deliver my baby. So when I meet the doctor, he's going to say, "What happened to you?" Don't be surprised if it's black and blue like all around my eye, because when it hit me like right there and it hurts right there. But the sharp part of it only hit me right there, which is why I'm only bleeding right there. But it might be black and blue. It might look like I have a black eye, and then he'll see this cut on my face and he won't immediately know that it's not from like the same incident. So I'll have to explain to him, no, nobody beat me up. This is from a skin reaction from something at the dentist office, and this is from accidentally getting hit in the face with a piece of wood when my boyfriend was chopping wood. But he didn't in any way mean to hit me in the face with the wood. Actually, a minute before that, he almost hit himself in the face with a piece of wood, but he's the one chopping it. I actually laughed and said, I wish I had gotten that on video, but I was like 10 feet further away from the wood than he was. And as you can see, it did still hit me in the face. It really does look terrible. But it isn't really as bad as it looks. It's just bleeding a lot, and I haven't sopped the blood up yet. I like to let cuts bleed and scab over naturally. That way of doing it is way safer. I said that way of doing it is way safer than chopping it.
Topping it
The wood,
is.
I just redid this 2 days ago.
You can't pull that out because it's tightened
That's
into
all?
there.
Yeah,
That's a pretty cool song.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
sanded
freshly.
it down
every
and
little piece.
painted an oil onto it.
Yeah.
what? So my man, he like finds wood or whatever. He likes his Mount Mahogany in Salt Lake because I'm from Utah, but he finds this wood that's like beautiful. Like you tear off the outsides of it, and it's like this like immaculate piece of wood. You know what I'm saying? And he like carves faces into it.
Oh man, that's awesome.
It's cool.
The most ridiculous situation is occurring right now. My boyfriend invited that homeless woman into my yard and asked her to help him chop wood. They are now chopping wood, and I am leaving. I hope everything is okay while I'm gone. I'm back home. I had to charge my phone for a few minutes, but when I came home, what I found was a bunch of people in my house washing dishes. As you can see, there are dishes here on the stove that are kind of washed. They were washing dishes and muddy potatoes, freshly dug up out of my garden, in my broken bathroom sink. Washing dishes in the bathtub and scrubbing them with a toilet brush. Yes, a toilet brush. There seems to be some kind of commotion going on outside. I'm going to go check out what's going on outside right now.
I'm trying to fucking tell you.
Can you
guys,
people
Yeah,
please
this
leave and have your
I
domestic
don't give a
dispute
shit.
elsewhere?
The Taurus. I love the motherfucker more than anything, and that's what I'm doing.
I understand that you love him, but you should walk away at least for tonight in a different direction from the direction that he walked away in. Because he seemed pretty angry and violent, and he might not be thinking clearly.